This podcast is brought to you by Rebecca Castles of the Rising Dawn series. Do you like violence? Do you like smut? Are you tired of the stereotypical novels of werewolf romance out there and want something a little bit different? Then pick up Sparked Revolution, Book 1 in the Rising Dawn series by Rebecca Castles. Available on Amazon, in Kindle and paperback. You too can become a sponsor of Stories, The True and the Fictional by heading on over to buymeacoffee.com/STTATF or follow the link in the show notes. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Stories, The True and the Fictional. This is a very special one because the guest we're about to bring on was one of our very first guests when we started doing the Let's Talk to Authors stuff. So before we bring her in, we have to ask Ryan if he's still living the dream. Are you, Ryan?
I am living the dream. Yeah, very, very good. I saw that Keanu Reeves movie on Saturday, The Good Fortune. Very, very, very good movie. Really good comedy. It was nice because I've been watching nothing but horror all October. So it was nice to kickstart November 1st with a comedy. And it was Keanu playing dumb and funny, and that's what he does best. No offense to him, but like he literally can play. It was essentially his Bill and Ted character, but an older guy that didn't say whoa as much. But it was really, really good, man. It was a great film. So I definitely recommend that. Called Good Fortune. I know in Australia it only started last week. So yeah, check it out. But other than that, still reading every night. I'm still trying to get through Sinner's Path. I'm only getting like 2 chapters a night because the chapters are so long, which is good. But I'm used to shorter chapters. But I'm almost finished, I believe. So hopefully I'll be able to put my review up and soon. But yeah, going well, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, guys, so we do have a Goodreads now. We're starting to review all these authors that come on. So look us up on there. It's Under Stories Podcast. We have sponsors, Rebecca Castles and Martin Kearns. Please check them out because they are wonderful people and they have wonderful, wonderful books, something for everyone. Buy Ryan's shirt, not the one he's wearing, but his Living the Dream shirt is down pictured below. And support the show. And now let's get the ball rolling. Have we heard of this guest before, Ryan? Honey Parker?
I think we have. I think we have.
How are you going, honey?
I'm doing well. I wish I was wearing a Living the Dream shirt, though. I've messed up.
That's all right. You probably didn't know they existed.
Only one has been sold, and it was bought by my wife for me as a surprise. So It is actually, I can see it right here. It's hanging on a coat hanger. I record in our bedroom because we have a small house, but I can actually see it. It's getting the air conditioning blowing on it, and it's looking very windswept. So
cool. Amazing. Awesome.
I just got to remember to wash it.
That's good. I was about to ask if Honey could introduce herself, but everybody knows Honey because they've watched the show. So, no, you know what? Let's do a recap, Honey. Do you want to give a brief...
We have gotten a lot of new subscribers since the last time you were on.
That's right, yeah. So, for those who don't know, who is Honey Parker?
Oh my gosh, nobody you'd want to know. She's rough company. But when she's not being rough company, Honey Parker has been busy writing books. My latest series is called V Life, and that's the story of Sugar Bernstein, and that's a nice young lady who finds herself a vampire and takes off in an RV to avoid evil and Jewish guilt. My series before that is called Careful-ish, and that's a bunch of 20-somethings living in Manhattan during lockdown, drinking too much and making bad choices. And it's just fun to watch somebody else mess up. It's not you. So that's what I've been up to. And in past lives, I've been a writer, written and sold screenplays. I've been a creative director in advertising. I did advertising for a long time. I've done stand-up. And now I just loiter and write.
Awesome. Yes. No, well, V Life is great. I've read the first one.
Thank you.
And it's Ryan If you haven't read it yet, it's like
I have.
it starts off like the super villain, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no,
The
I
super
have.
villain
I
open.
have.
I love them. You know.
I read the first one after we had Honey on last
All right,
time,
yeah,
and
cool, cool, cool.
I've got the second one in my list because it's on Kindle Unlimited. It's on my TBR, which is growing by the day. But yeah, no, definitely love the first one. I like it's a kind of a different take on vampires because when you think vampires, it's all about killing as many people and as many things as possible. Whereas, your character is just like, you know what? I don't want to go down that path. I'm just going to jump in an RV and I'm going to get away from civilization. But obviously, it wouldn't be a good book without, some sort of villain following along and her having to work out how to deal with that and navigating becoming a vampire as well. So very, very good. I highly recommend the first book. And the second one's in my TBR.
There you go.
Well, I thank you so much. Yeah, I think I have to say they're vampire books because there's vampires in them, but
Yeah.
there's so much about being human,
Yeah.
the human condition. It's just that she's been thrown a curveball.
Yeah. No, exactly
Awesome.
right. And I've read a lot of vampire books. Like I'm a massive Anne Rice fan. I've read Interview with the Vampire hundreds of times, and
Yeah.
it is. I always like fresh takes, especially being a horror fan. You see the same things done over and over and over again, and if they're done right, they work. But every time there's a new kind of story where it's not the traditional let's just go out and kill all humans and all that kind of thing. It's really good to have that because the fresh take is what we need sometimes. Especially with me watching and reading as much horror as I read and watch. It's really good to find a fresh take on it. So that's why I think I like the book so much.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to get into all that, especially the new ones soon. But we have these icebreaker questions. Now, you've been on so many times that we had to give you new ones.
Run out of questions.
No, well,
maybe I should ask you.
Oh, I don't know if we're there yet. Jeez.
Tables are turning.
Because normally we do bonus questions at the end, but now we have a game. We have a game that everyone loves to play, and no one wants a new question. So now we can recycle these questions when people come on so many times. So we're gonna get the ball rolling. There's 6 this time. So Ryan's favorite question is the last one, so he's gonna go first.
Actually, I should go second because my favorite question is the last one because there's 6 questions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. All right.
So I'll let you go first,
Then
Jamie.
I will go first. Honey, what is a book from your early reading days that stuck with you?
So my early reading days didn't really start till college. So I did not read, which is sad. The book from my youth that stuck with me was The Cat in the Hat because I memorized it because I couldn't read. So that's still in my head, like I can recite it. But when I started reading, James Michener's The Source was really the first big boy book that I read, and that's when I really fell in love with historical fiction. I read a lot of that. I mean, I always try to mix it up. I'll read anything if it's well written. But I almost always come back to historical fiction when I'm looking for something big.
Awesome. I like it. I like it. Okay, so question number 2 is if you could spend the entire day or one day with any fictional character, who would it be and what would you do?
Okay, so this is really, I had to think about this, and then I kind of came up with a category. So the one character that I picked to lead that I would go with, but then that opened up a can of worms. No, was Princess Leia, but it has to be as played by Carrie Fisher. Like, I want to hang with Carrie Fisher. And Princess Leia was like so put upon, and she never had time to have fun. And that she was a great time. And so I would want to get Princess Leia, do like a crime and then have a hang. So if we kept it in her world, we just like kill Palpatine, which by the end was just like unplug him. And then we would just have like a spa day and hang out. And if I could add to that, I would add other female characters that were similarly troubled, like is it Daenerys Targaryen? Is that right? Did I say that right?
It sounds right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, like she never got the chance to just like have a good time. She was just right into the garbage right from the beginning. And so I would like to take her out for fun. And there's another character from a Michener book from Hawaii, this Chinese woman who she was such a force, but the odds were against her the whole time. So I would just like to break these women free and like do something crazy and then have a spa day.
Sounds fun.
Awesome.
Excellent.
That's my plan.
Awesome. All right. The next question is one of my favorites, and it comes with visual aid. So you're in a log cabin. It's nice and warm, probably the evening, because someone's going to come in and read your favorite book to you. Who is that person? Living, dead, it can be anyone.
How did I miss this question? I'm going to do this on the fly. Okay, I'm in a cabin and somebody's going to come read my favorite book to me. Oh, gosh. There's what's the name of the actor? He was in Batman and he played the character with the thing over his face.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. So there's a thing where he reads bedtime stories. And
awesome.
I would have Tom Hardy come read me a bedtime story.
Yeah, because his natural accent is actually quite soothing. I recently watched him in there's a new show that came out earlier this year called Mobland, which is about the Irish and English mob. Pierce Brosnan is in it, Helen Mirren, and Tom Hardy plays like an enforcer, and he uses his normal voice, and it's actually quite soothing. But he also has the ability to be quite intimidating in a soft, calm manner. So I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out recently that he read the audiobook for 1984 with Andrew Garfield. Garfield.
I saw that.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, no, I love Tom Hardy. He's great. He's good value.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, question number 4 is: what is a must-read indie book?
Can I say V-Life?
No, we're going to assume everyone's already read V-Life.
Yeah.
Can I go back to the first series and say Carefullish?
No.
That's cheating, honey. That's cheating.
I'm just.
I mean, you can plug my books,
I was going to. Yes, letters.
Letters from the Emu.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put it on the screen. Oh, it's there in the background, right there.
I see it. Yeah.
Where is it? I can't. Yeah, there. Awesome. All right. Now we can talk about your books, because this next question is: if you could take any protagonist from one of your books and throw them into someone else's work. Now, this could be movies, video games, TV, whatever you like. Who would you pick and where would they go?
Oh, okay. I misunderstood this question because I'm not bright, but such a challenge. I would definitely pick the Joy from the Carefullish series because she's just delightfully off. Just like that friend you have that's always doing something a little crazy, and you don't know how she lives to see the next day, but she does. Somehow she always bounces through it. So now I have to put her into a fictional setting.
Yep. Well, so someone else's work. So she could go play with Spider-Man. She could go play with, Batman. I'm sorry, I'm speaking superheroes right now. But maybe Sherlock Holmes. Like she can go anywhere.
Oh my gosh. Thinking of her in all of those settings, she would drive Sherlock Holmes crazy. I would totally go for that. I think she has to be with and again, as the actor, so Benjamin Cumberbatch. And and while he's intelligently trying to solve things, she will have this backdoor reasoning why he should be going in the total other direction. And then find out in the end that she was actually right. And he will be so miffed. That is the joy and Sherlock Holmes. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
all right.
Okay, the final icebreaker question is, you're stranded on a desert island. There's no hope of going back to civilization. You're stuck there for the rest of your life, and you can only take 3 books, and it's just 3 individual books. So basically, if there's a series, but it is published under one cover, you can have that. But otherwise, it has to be 3 individual books. What are those books that you're taking?
Okay, so I think I got my 3rd book wrong because I didn't know that I couldn't get off the island. So the first one is called Stay Alive in the Woods, and it's a complete guide to food, shelter, and self-preservation anywhere.
Okay.
I feel like that's
that's practical.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yes. My next book is practical. It's called The Art of Being Alone, because I feel like that would be really important to get better at just being by yourself. And then, see, my last book was going to be about how to build a boat. Since I can't leave the island, that seems a waste of time. So I was going to say a book on origami because that would, take up a lot of time, but I don't know that I'd have paper with me.
That's how you'd have to use the books that you bought as paper to do origami, and then you wouldn't have those books. So there you go.
I love that. Okay, that's what I'll do.
Or learn how to chop down trees and make paper yourself.
Well, as I'm looking at the palm fronds, and I'm like, beat them enough, and because I'm going to have a lot of time, I could maybe make something paperish enough to fold.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with that, the origami book.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent. There you go.
All right.
Congratulations, you've passed the icebreakers.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about
And
vampires.
Past them, or I've gotten past them. It's 2 different things.
All right. Well, tell us about your new book. What's it about?
It's about the same thing the first one was. It is the continuing story of Sugar Bernstein. So try to do it without giving away too many spoilers from the first book. But after the mayhem of book 1, she just she needs time to think and reset her and figure it out. So when we find her, since this is in the beginning, it's not really giving anything away. She's just kind of been living in the woods just outside of Roanoke, Virginia. And she's teaching herself how to play the guitar. Because as we learned in book 1, she had a decent voice in her regular life. And in my telling of the vampire tale, if you were good at something in your regular life, in your vampirical life, those skills just increase and get better. So she's got a hauntingly beautiful voice. And so she's teaching herself how to play the guitar, which is not a skill that she had beforehand. So she's just, like any one of the rest of us who goes on YouTube and tries to learn how to play the guitar, which is what I did. And and while she's doing that, she got a job at this dive bar. It's Thelma and Louise's Cliffside Lounge. And she's singing there in the evenings, obviously. So that's how it all starts. And she's trying to figure her life out. And very quickly in the book, something happens that forces her to move on. She kind of loses control. And so from there, she ends up hooking up with a couple of her friends from the previous book, and she's down on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. And that's a whole world that's without any of the vampires or anything is nutty all on its own. And I love that world. And I just wanted to share that world with everybody, which is one of the reasons I put her there.
Mm.
And it's also a big music town because it's considered a suburb of New Orleans. So in this next book, she's going to be finding her way there. Love will reintroduce itself to her, and she's going to dare to go down that road. But there's also a plot going on that she's been asked to be a part of that she's got very mixed feelings about whether she should take part in this or not. And I don't want to say if she does or she doesn't, but she does. I mean, she's going to. So, and it's just devastating consequences, like well beyond what she thought. And just when she thinks she has to deal with that, the rest of her life falls apart from the before times. And so she's just band-aiding and patching up everything. It's like a boat with a million holes, and it's taking on water from all sides. And she's doing her best to solve it, and her best may not be good enough.
Okay. I like it. It sounds like you've given that description out quite a few times, because that's literally
Never. I've never said it before,
okay.
actually. That was the first time I said it. And we get a new villain in book 2.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So, okay.
Is the villain related to to the first one, or is he just popping up from somewhere, or she?
Look at what a guesser you are. Yes. The answer is yes.
So it's Die Hard inspired. You killed my brother.
And it made me, because I knew I was at least writing book 3, which I'm halfway through writing now. So then I had to think about, okay, beyond villain number 2, where do we go? What's the ultimate, if there is an end to this bag of problems that she's dealing with? What is it, and why? Like, at the end of book 3, we're going to find out why all of this happened. And I didn't know the answer to that when I started book 1.
Wow.
But it fell into place. So
yeah.
So do you think that so are you going to leave this as a trilogy, or do you think do you think it's open to more than just 3 books? Or
it's definitely open to more.
Okay.
It's definitely open to more. I've kind of solved what would seem like the immediate problem, but I've left a door open for where you could see other things could happen. And because she's in an RV and traveling around, it lets me play with different areas, which I love. I did the RV thing, and I love going to different places, and each place has got its own flavor and its own quirks, and I love quirks. Quirks and incongruity are like my 2 favorite things. And they change with each place you go to. So that's fun. And I have to say, yes, it would go beyond that, because I'm trying to pitch this thing as a series. So
it definitely reads like one.
Yeah.
Not to give you any more ideas, because this just popped in my head talking about the RV thing, traveling around. If she comes to Australia, there's a ferry ride where you put your car on it, and 12 hours takes you from the mainland to Tasmania. And I could just imagine that being a quite tense scene for a vampire to be on a.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, because in book 3, which where I am right now, I do have her traveling, and I had to research, like, okay, if she's getting on a, like, really, what are the logistics of getting on a plane?
Yeah.
And you know, if a flight's delayed, you know, you're in big trouble. And you know, is she going to bring the cat with her? And then I had to figure out, you know, there are laws to bring animals into other countries, and what's the quarantine, and you know, what can she deal with, and part of that dictates where she goes. And then we find a new mode of travel in book 3 that will be quite helpful.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay.
She's gonna get a pilot's license or something.
No, that'll be book 4.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think a pilot's license would be dangerous because you're like flying above the clouds, so you get daylight longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very true.
She couldn't live in like Alaska either, because Alaska's got like 3 months of daylight.
Right. Right.
You know?
Well, that's where the whole 30 Days of Night movie and comics and everything. That's why they set them up there, because yes, there's 3 months of like direct sunlight with little to no darkness, but then you've also got
the opposite
6 months
Yeah.
of it's actually in more of a block. You've got 6 months of complete night.
Yeah.
And you know, that's when like the vampire's like, okay, we'll sleep for 3 months, we'll live for 6 months and just feed and eat and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that would kind of
That's
I
really
guess she could kind of go to Alaska, but you know, as the 6 months of darkness are kind of winding up, she just have to, you know,
Leave.
mosey on out. Yeah.
Yeah, but that, you know, that would kind of be a nice break for her to not have to worry and come and go. And I like that.
And I could think that, you know, maybe she, and again, this is not me pitching another one, but maybe she, like, if that was something that she went to, I would assume that she wouldn't be the first vampire to figure that out. And,
Well, that's exactly
you know,
what I'm thinking now. It's like there's definitely a population up there.
Yeah. The next
It's
villain.
just-
Yeah. We probably touched on this last time. I'm sure we did, but for the new people, first time listeners, how does her vampirism work? I guess is she one of the combustible ones? Is she like just loses her powers? Like how does her thing work?
Where does she get her powers?
So.
So basically, is she? You know, there's different kinds of vampirism. You know, some can tolerate a little bit of sunlight, but you know they need to live in the darkness. Some can't be anywhere near any sun, or they'll just combust. Or you know, which kind of vampire? How do her abilities work?
So she basically has to function at night. I have had her go out on totally overcast days. And I have had her like run through something with a boatload of sunscreen on, looking very kabuki.
Yeah.
But in general, she wants to avoid the sun.
Yeah.
It's
well, then she
won't last long. She'll start to blister, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, then she definitely can't come to Australia, because we have weird schizophrenic weather. Because 1 minute it could be overcast, and then the next minute it will be bright sunshine, and then it'll be raining again, and then it'll be bright sunshine again, all within about an hour. Yeah. So probably not a good idea to come out here.
So I actually seriously considered Australia for book 3. That was actually my first choice for where to send her. And I started doing, also selfishly, because I just wanted an excuse to go. So there's that. She's, you know, at some point she's got to think of me. Yeah. But in looking at the travel to get to Australia from here, that was a lot of hoops. And then her cat, who means a lot to her, would have to go into quarantine for potentially 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she runs into an issue with the cat in book 2 that makes her not really want to let the cat be under somebody else's care for very long.
Yeah. She'd have to get smuggled in on one of our many, many, many ships that come in.
Hashtag book 3.
Yeah. There's a port down the south coast of New South Wales that they bring in cars all the time. Just boatloads of cars. Anytime I drive down there, you just see trucks after trucks with like 12 cars on the back of them. So put the cat in the boot.
There you go. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be fine. And it won't smell when you open it.
No.
It will not smell like a cat's been peeing in there for weeks.
Tangent number whatever we're up to. But I read this book a while ago. It's based on a true story. It's a guy in World War II. So when Australia was over in, I think it was Egypt, they found a little Jack Russell pup and went with them everywhere, helped them, like hear the planes coming before they got bombed and all that stuff. And then it came the time to leaving, and you're not allowed to bring animals home with you. So he trained this little Jack Russell to sit in his backpack and be silent. And he got it all the way back to Australia.
Wow.
And they're getting uniform checks, like they're all, and he's just going, don't make a noise, don't say a word. And the guy's walking along, checking.
It would be so, like my heart would be in my throat the whole time.
Yeah, but he
well,
got
lucky they weren't using sniffer dogs or anything like that, because that may have set him off.
Yeah. No, look, because the whole time the dog was on the boat ride back to Australia, other animals were being found and thrown overboard. Like, oh, you want to take a goose with you, throw it overboard. It's just like, and he got the pup all the way home.
For him.
And it lived with him for a very long time, didn't it, before it passed away?
Yeah, well, the sad thing of the whole thing is that they found out and they demanded that he put it down. So he went to a pound and found a dog that looked like his dog that was already going to be put down, and then did the swappery.
This is a movie.
It is. Well, the book reads like a movie. It's called Horry the War Dog. It's fantastic. It should be a movie. They reckon that it got hit by a car. But they reckon it went, because he got caught. I think he got caught again for not putting it down, and then got hit by a car or something. But it's Horry the War Dog. Check it out. But we're not here to talk about Horry the War Dog. I'm going to bring up the covers for your wonderful book, so Ryan can ask questions about your covers, because I really do love these covers.
Why, thank you. I made them myself.
Well, that was going to be my question. Did you do the covers yourself, or did you contract someone out to do them, or?
Yeah, I did them. So I was, when I was in advertising, I was an art director before I was a writer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was always drawing as a kid, and so that was just kind of how I started. Even though I knew I wanted to be in advertising, I didn't think I could be a writer because I didn't read. So art director. So I actually photographed the van myself and took it into Photoshop and changed the colors. And these are the first one, which is the white one, is, I'm trying to see how many images there are on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about 10 images put together.
Wow.
Yeah. Because like the inside of the van, the windshield, the front windshield, I put a different windshield in there because it was dark. So I lit that up. The van that I photographed doesn't have a back window. I added that. It's actually, so it's a Mercedes van, and I thought I might potentially get in trouble with a Mercedes logo on my book cover, because here's the surprise: I couldn't afford to pay Mercedes for it. So I actually made the car emblem, and it's a V.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
If you look real closely. Yeah, so I added the blood later
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff.
It's so cool. Now, question, does she change vans from book to book? Does she get a new van, or did she get a paint job, or was this just so you could signify that it's two different books?
I would love to say the first one, but it's really the second because when I did the cover for book 2,
Yeah.
Mr. Parker, that's my affectionate pet name for my husband. I call him Mr. Parker
Hmm.
because we're so warm and fuzzy. I showed him the cover for book 2. He's like, "Hon, you can't do that." I said, "Why?" He said, "It looks just like book 1. Nobody's going to be able to tell there's a difference."
Yeah.
In book 3, she actually is in a different van. But no, book 2, it's the same van.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Well,
I
and
thought that
that's
was okay.
that's what I like about it. There's subtle changes, but clearly, if the title V Life wasn't there, you could tell
Yeah,
that they were part of a series. And that's what you want. You want them to look the same but have subtle differences. So
exactly.
that if you were to take the title off the book, people could still tell that it's part of a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the another thing that I'm doing that I'm just geeking out on that I figured nobody would notice is as I go along, the covers are going to continue to get darker.
No, yeah, I can see
Ooh.
that because you've got on the second one, you've got kind of like a reddish up in the corner,
Yeah,
more and yeah, I can see that. Okay,
yeah.
okay,
As
I
she
like
gets
that.
deeper into the world, into
Mm.
this world, and it becomes more obvious to her, that try as she might, there's no avoiding that she's going to be doing
Yeah.
things that
Hmm.
she would have not felt great about in the beginning, and she's more
Yeah.
part of that world. Yeah,
Well, and I can see on the second one there's like more of a blood splatter underneath the van, like she
yeah,
just run someone over.
That poor mechanic.
Um, yeah, poor mechanic.
yeah. I think didn't she hit that dog you were talking about?
Oh,
Oh,
that oh,
ouch.
that could crossing
Never
worlds.
kill the dog. Never kill the dog in a book.
Never.
And
I
yeah,
always I always say that my one of my favorite horror series is The Conjuring. And I recently rewatched them all and I went and saw the latest one of the movies. The final one. In every single one, the dog dies first. Like the spirit just grabs onto the dog and throws it up against the wall. And it's like
Hmm.
those movies would be perfect to me if they just didn't kill the dog. Because
I think it
I'm like
was. No, I was going to say I think it was the second Jurassic Park, or no, maybe the third. I'm not sure, but in the
Yeah.
trailer, it's clear that there's like a neighborhood dog that doesn't
Mm.
make it. And I thought, who kills the dog?
Yeah.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
a horrible
Yeah.
idea.
Any animals in general, like if
Yeah.
anything, like I also recently watched the horror movie Good Boy, which is taken from it's a supernatural haunting, but it's from the perspective of the dog. And the first thing I did, and as well as a million other people, is I Googled, does the dog die in the movie?
Yeah.
Because if it does, I'm not watching it. And thankfully, spoiler alert, the dog doesn't die. But it is. I will say it's probably one of the better horror movies I've watched this year. And considering there was only 3 people in it, and a
Yeah.
dog, done on a very low budget and very,
That's
very,
pretty
very,
great.
very good movie. Very good movie. So yeah, but the dog does live, so I was
Yeah.
happy to watch it.
Yeah. And
That's pretty great. Now, I've had people ask me because there's a cat in the book.
Yes.
does the cat live?
Yeah, like before they will read book 2, they're like, does the cat live? Like I was like, they will not read it if the cat doesn't make it. So there's another spoiler alert. The cat makes it. But I've also had to think about it because the cat's a cat. And cats only live so long and they don't outlive us to begin with.
Does the cat
Mhm.
become a vampire?
And well, I looked into that as well. I
Wow.
considered it. So I'll just leave that there. But I did think, okay, well, if this continues on, if I continue telling her story, what do I do about the cat? And I actually have a solve for what I will do.
Well, put
Which
it this way, I'm a cat owner. I own two amazing cats, and they're my children. Because
yes,
me and my wife are not having children, the cats are my children. And two things. One, if I would turn into a vampire, the first thing I would do is turn my
What?
cats because I could not live without them 1,000,000%. I would much rather that, they live forever with me. They both love me and my wife to death. And then I'd probably turn my wife because, this company. But honestly, if I would be more inclined, and this is me as an animal lover, I would be more inclined to keep buying the books if the cat was turned into a vampire rather than if the cat died of old age, because then I'm like, I can't do this because I can't picture my girls. Like my girls are probably close to 12 now, and
yeah,
I've had them. We've had Ripley since she was 4 weeks old, and Mavis we got when she was 2. So we basically had them their whole lives, and they literally, like, Mavis will sit on me at night. I go to bed really early because I love reading, but I can only read at night a lot of the time. So I will go to bed at 7:30, 8:30, and I still won't go to sleep till like 1 o'clock in the morning. But it's because I'm
yeah,
reading. I read, I read comics every night, and I also read books every night. But my cat Mavis will come in, sit on my lap from the minute I get into bed to the minute I go to sleep. And my other cat Ripley, when I'm out in the lounge room on my recliner, she will come and sit on my lap for hours. So I could not live without them. So they would be turned first. Then I would turn my wife. And then I'd probably ask Jamie, Chris, and Mike if they wanted to be turned because essentially they're my best friends. So I don't want to lose them eventually. But if they
yeah.
chose not to, then I can respect that. But my cats and my wife, they don't have a choice. They're getting
You don't
vampirized
have a
because I,
choice.
yeah. Yeah, I like to say my friends don't have a choice either, but that'd just be cruel because they have families of their own, and I'm like, oh, it's not really.
If you turned into a vampire, Ryan, I'd be singing this song all day long. Do you really want to live forever?
Honestly, honestly, with everything that I've gone through in the last few years, I would love to be a vampire because probably my leg would grow back. My everything that I have wrong with me that I'm working on getting fixed would probably be fixed in an instant.
Mm.
And
Well,
and
it's
who doesn't want to live forever? I'd love to live forever.
in so two things. One, in book one, her friend Maddie, who's also a vampire, because Sugar's asking, how do vampires die? How does that happen? And Maddie relates the story of this one woman in particular, but it's something that in this world just happens, which is vampires at some point just say enough, like I've done this for hundreds of years, and they just kind of find a place to go and be and just quietly, it's almost like a native culture kind of thing where they just go someplace and reflect on their life and fade away. And you made me think of something else, and now I can't remember what it is.
I honestly think, like, yeah, I can probably get that. Like after a few hundred years, you might be like, I've had
I've
enough.
done it.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I don't. To me personally, I don't see that happening to me. I'll be like, I would love to live forever, just to see what happens in the future.
So I will give you some advice.
Mhm.
If you want to do something like have your ears pierce
Mhm.
them before you become a vampire, because if
Yeah.
you try to have your ears pierced once you are a vampire, they will just grow back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You'll
100%.
have to have them
I agree.
pierced every time you want to wear earrings.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that probably applies for tattoos as well. You know, you have to get tattoos
Yes.
before
Yep.
you turn into a vampire. I can understand that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It will just return. And it's
Kind of
wasted.
like Wolverine, you know.
Yeah.
He has he has certain things that happen before his X gene kicked in that will stay with him, but anything else, like he can't get drunk, he can't get tattoos, he can't,
Yeah.
do anything because it'll just heal. So,
Yeah.
well, if I ever get offered to turn into a vampire and I want to get a tattoo, I'll say just give me like 3 hours, 4 hours,
Give me a minute. Yeah.
and then you can
Right,
turn me after I
this-
get my tattoo.
This vampire just comes at you in an alley and you're just going, no, wait. Take me to the tattoo shop first.
Hold on,
Yes.
real quick. Mother.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So is this a series you're going to be sticking with for a while, or have you got other projects in the works that you're going to tackle between?
So I'm halfway through book 3, so that I'll be actively working on that through the end of the year. And then I'll be in rewrites and stuff like that. After that, there's a book that I've wanted to write that's been on my mind for years, and I found it really intimidating to take on, and I think I might do it. And that's
Okay.
it's a coming of age story, a young woman who it's a period piece, which is one of the reasons that I'm intimidated by it, because it kind of becomes historical fiction, and so that's a lot.
Yeah.
When you're trying to be accurate, and with these books, because there are things that happened 200 years ago in the vampire books or beyond, and those things have to be accurate. Mr. Parker, who's my first round editor, there's something that happens like in book 2 where basically she hits a deer, and I had written that it got wrapped around the axle, and Blaine said, that's his first name, by the way, Blaine. He's like, is there an exposed axle on a Sprinter van? Oh, shit, I don't know, and he looked it up, but to ask him to research a real big one is a lot, but I think I'm going to do it, and that book's a one-off.
Yep.
So I think what I'm semi planning on doing, based on whether, because like I said, we're pitching V Life as a series. There's actually a very nice director in Hollywood who is interested, and we've met with her team, and we're making some tweaks to the pitch deck now to take back out. But forgetting that, I think I'm going to write this other novel and then go back to V Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this series,
So do you have a So just to confirm, I know this is probably true, but how long has the second book been out? It's been out for a little while now, hasn't it?
That's a good question. Second book came out in August.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, because it definitely, I know with my Kindle app on my tablet, it brings up the next books in the series that I've read.
Yeah.
And I know that it popped up recently, like a month or two ago. So it mustn't have been that long. And do you have a time frame for when book 3 might be out? You said you probably have it finished by the end of the year, but
Yeah,
in terms of release,
I think it'll come out sometime late summer again.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then it's been fun with the last 2 books. There's a venue in the town I live in called 100 Men Hall, which is this great history venue. Just amazing musicians have played there, and the owner is a friend of mine. And so for the last 2 years, we've done like a Halloween / book release party. So we just did that this past Thursday, which is why I have my tattoos, my non-permanent tattoos, because we do like a costume contest, and the winner gets their name in the next book. So the winner of last year's, the winners from last year's contest were judges this year, and it was a ton of fun. We just had a ball. So the
Awesome.
plan is to have it out in time to have the party, and that's really what it's about, planning the party.
Excellent. What we want to do now is we want to help create more ideas for more books because we have a game.
Because I don't have enough to do. Perfect. Thank you.
But if not, and we say
No.
that we say to everyone that all the stories that they create in this game of story pitch are theirs to use. It's public domain.
Okay.
So, this is going to be fun. It's going to test your improv thinking of story skills.
Yeah, I teach improv, you know.
Oh, well, this is perfect then. The game.
Did you know I used to be in an improv group?
I think so. I think I remember
Yeah.
that. Well, then this is
Yeah,
going
I've
to be
got the picture behind me.
this is going to be so good then.
Okay.
The game is
No,
called
it's going to
Story
be
Pitch.
horrible, and people are going to say, "Don't ever let that woman teach you improv." That's a bad plan.
So basically, the game is called Story Pitch. So you're going to give us a number between 1 and 12 for each of these: setting, genre,
Okay.
main character's profession, and a crazy addition, which is throwing a spanner in the works. Then me and Ryan have a graph that we only have access to, and every number has something that correlates. And then
Okay.
using what we give you, got to pitch us a story.
Okay.
So when you're ready, give us a number between 1 and 12 for the setting.
9.
9. Okay. What about genre?
3.
3. Main character?
7.
7. And crazy addition?
9.
9. Okay.
Okay.
Let's pull up the graph, Ryan, and see what we got here.
I'm so nervous.
Okay, so your setting is at a carnival.
Okay. And your genre is fantasy.
Oh, I think we've had this one
Okay.
before. Your main character is a rock star.
And your crazy addition, which is something or someone that must appear in the story, and that is the actor Henry Cavill.
Is who?
Henry Cavill, the old Superman.
Superman.
Not new Superman, old Superman. He's English, very handsome.
Okay. All right. I'll pretend I know who that is.
He's
So Superman.
Yeah, but it's got to be the actor. It's got to be
actor.
Henry. It's got to be Henry Cavill. It can't be Henry Cavill playing a rock star. It's got to be Henry Cavill.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a fantasy set at a carnival. The main character's got to be a rock star, and Henry Cavill has to be there.
Okay. So I have this story I'd like to pitch to you.
Okay.
And we're all pretty excited about it over here. It's amazing. So we've got this rock star, and she's just like taken off like a juggernaut, and not knowing what it's like to be a celebrity. It's all kind of getting to her. Mm-hmm. So just to get away from it all, she goes to this carnival, and she gets on the Ferris wheel, and she's sitting next to this man who she doesn't recognize. And he says his name's Henry. And when the carnival stops, she's at a different carnival. And this is the story, is this rock star and this fellow Henry, who she finds out, unbeknownst to her, is this actor. And he's also trying to get away from just the mayhem of being a celebrity. And they discover just what it's like to be themselves. And they keep, when they're ready to learn something else, they get back on the Ferris wheel, and they end up in another place where there's a carnival. And when they become comfortable with themselves enough, they get back on the Ferris wheel and they go back to the carnival that is in the world where everybody knows who they are. And at this point, they can handle it because they've helped each other like really center themselves.
Okay. I like it.
I can actually see Henry Cavill doing that.
He said he'd be up for it.
Yeah, cool. Oh, awesome. Yeah, no. Oh, he
Yeah,
will.
our people are talking to his people right now.
Yeah, excellent. Because Henry Cavill is the bomb. You need to look him up. He was in
Okay, I will.
what was that movie? The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Do you remember that movie that came out probably 10 years ago?
I did not see it.
He's known for The
I
Witcher,
apologize.
which is on Netflix. You'd know him if you saw him. He's pretty big.
Mhm.
But it's just where does Henry Cavill tragics? You know, he's
I will check it out.
he's very
And then
British.
I'll like Photoshop a picture of me and Henry Cavill together
All
and send it to you all.
right. Okay, so we've got a
Like in front of the
second
first bill.
we've got a second graph. So there's a round two. You can give us the same numbers or new numbers, and
Okay.
this one might be a little bit harder. We'll see.
Harder.
There won't be Henry Cavill though.
Okay. All right.
All
I'm
right.
gonna splash water on my face.
What numbers have you got for us?
Let's mix it up. Let's go 4,
Yep.
8,
Mm-hmm.
2,
Yep.
and 1.
4, 8, 2, 1. All right. According to our little graph here, your setting is a video game arcade.
Okay.
And your genre is urban fantasy.
We can't get rid of the fantasy. Your main character is a bounty hunter.
And your crazy addition, which is something that needs to appear in the story, is
Because the
Godzilla.
rest of it is normal.
It's what was it, Ryan?
Godzilla. Godzilla.
Not Henry Cavill.
No, Godzilla.
No.
Godzilla.
That's an urban fantasy set in an arcade. Your main character is a bounty hunter, and you got to have Godzilla there.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Like, what? Otherwise, why do it?
Yeah.
Okay. It just kind of writes itself, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all right, I've got a story to pitch to you.
That's great.
Okay. It's called, I didn't name the other one. That was my mistake.
No.
This one it's called Quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's so interesting. It's this story of a bounty hunter in Detroit. And it's almost like a post-apocalyptic Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's chasing this this runaway, and he chases the guy into an arcade, and it's also a comedy. I'm sorry.
It has to be.
Yeah, and the guy is playing this game, this Godzilla game, and what happens is just when you think it's really about, can you catch this guy? The Godzilla character comes out of the game. And you're like,
Awesome.
I thought it was just like a catch this, get your man kind of movie. And it's like a monster movie. And then it ends up being a buddy film because the bounty hunter and the guy he's pursuing have to work together to save everyone in this arcade, and basically all of Detroit. So yeah, that's the film.
I like it. That works really well. There you go.
That was it. It's gone.
It's
Got
gone.
it.
The game is complete.
Yeah.
We have so many good collections of this stuff.
Well, now I'm kind of rethinking what my next project's going to be.
You'll be dreaming of carnivals and Godzilla.
Yeah, and Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, Henry. I wish he'd read me a bedtime story.
Well, he's got the voice for it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Mm.
He's British, but he's like you got Tom Hardy who's more Cockney English, but Henry Cavill's more well spoken. He's like, hello,
Yeah.
yes. And then he's the biggest geek you've ever seen. He builds his own computers. He plays Warhammer.
I love that.
He's such a great guy.
I love people who can geek out on something because it means they care.
Yeah. And all of his brothers are in the military.
Really?
So he's the one that didn't go down the family tradition.
Like, I'll act.
I'll pretend to be.
Shot.
Because he does I think he does a war film, so he pretends to be a soldier.
That's close enough. That would be close enough for me.
Yeah.
I do not come from a military family, but if I did, I think I would have had to become an actor, or I would just write about the military.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I'm not going.
Well, thank you for joining us, honey. It has been a blast as always.
Thank you for having me. It was a blast as always.
What we're going to do is we're going to do the normal podcast thing. Give you the floor. Tell our listeners and viewers where they can buy your books, where they can follow you, stay up to date with what you're doing. Anything you want to say, the floor is yours.
Okay, you can buy my books on Amazon. I just found out this week that my books are also at Barnes and Noble. You can pretty much get my books at any bookstore because they're now, just ask your favorite bookstore to order it, and they can. But if you want to get it online, it's at Amazon. My website is Honey Parker Books because I like to be obscure. So it's honeyparkerbooks.com. And I've got a monthly blog that I do. I've also got a monthly newsletter that you can sign up for that has some interesting stuff. There's always a cocktail recipe in the newsletter. So, for that alone, why not? And I do mention when things are on sale because the people who follow me, I like to get first crack at things. So yeah, Honey Parker Books. I'm on Instagram at Honey Parker Books, and I'm on Facebook at Honey Parker Books.
Awesome. Well, all of those links will be down in the show notes, guys. So please check it out. Please read these books because they are fantastic.
Thank you.
And buy Ryan's shirt. I've got to say that all the time. Buy Ryan's shirt. You too can live the dream. And
you can't live the dream unless you're wearing the shirt.
Can you? Yes. Is the shirt nearby? Could we see it?
Well, I'll put it up on the screen. I put it up on the screen all the time. But if you want to see it, we'll show you off screen.
I'll have to watch the show.
We'll show you off screen. And check out our sponsors, Rebecca Castles and Martin Kearns. Please check out their stuff. You hear their ads in the show all the time. And until next time, keep supporting those indie authors, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
See you next time.